Hello, my name is Mr. Scoring Captain. I'm here preparing for my round 1 against Reflex. So, in this opening hand, we're gonna mulligan everything because none of these cards are Holocrons or Rise Agains. Okay. So this hand is a little interesting. It's definitely among my bottom 5% of opening hands. We'll see if I can win with this. So the key for me is going to be to win with die rolls rather than with. So in this part of the matchup, what my goal is going to be is I'm just going to premonitions, force lightning, and not even bother trying to enrage Kylo. We're just going to wait on premonitions even and see what he does. I'm just going to try to roll out as fast as possible, maybe claim early if I get my battlefield, which looks likely since I rolled a 4. He rolled more than 4. Oh, he rolled 4. I rolled a 1, a 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to take his battlefield. Just shields is super important. Even though I have Intimidate in my opening hand, I still want to take shields just because of the two hit points there. So it would be still super important for me to get the 2 hit points straight off the bat. Oh, Ezra. So unlike other builds, I guess, I can just roll out Vader here. Oh, I got super lucky. Smuggling for deal 44. Hold up, Blaster. So he would play mitigation if he had it. So I'm just going to roll out Kylo Ren. I'm going to melee in the blank. So we're going to re-roll that blank. Yeah, so I don't have any dice control, obviously, so I can't, like, stop his rollout. So his ambush action is probably going to be to deal damage. Two, 3, 4, 5. So we can do 5 to a character. Does he want to do 5 to my Vader? He wants to do 6 to a character, he does 6 to Vader. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to discard to reroll just the Kylo die with Intimidate. Okay. So all this entails, right now anyway, is that Sabine is going down super fast. Scavenge. 1. 3. So he takes second chance. So he scavenges for second chance. This is important for 2 reasons. First, scavenge for second chance, obviously, is going to let him plus scavenge for second chance here. So we're going to take cover. Okay. This is all fine for me. Kind of want to do 5 with my Kylo dice here and play premonitions and claim. I think that's my best line here. So let's just do 5. So doing 5 to Sabine, 8 to Sabine here on turn 1. Let's Just do 8. A resource. H3 Sabine. You can take resources if you want. So there, if he takes resources, I'm just gonna claim. If he rerolls, I'm obviously gonna premonitions, then claim. So the reason for that is that just having battlefield control is super important for this matchup. One nice thing about not playing any cards that cost resources is that I have all these cards that cost 0, and as you can tell, I can really play the resource game against my opponent. He's discarding to reroll. Oh, he's trucing. Both get a resource. Okay. I'm gonna premonitions then. He left both those resources in play mode. So I can enrage here actually. We're gonna enrage a Kylo. We're gonna enrage Kylo. So here, the most key thing, in my opinion, is the Force Lightning, is the Rise Again. So, one way this deck can win the matchup is I'm going to just defend as much as possible and threaten. He has 2... So I have no upgrades in play, but I have 5 resources, which is where this Rise Again is going to come into play. So I can either Rise Again my Darth Vader, assuming Vader doesn't die, which I have Rejuvenate and Doubt to prevent Vader from dying right away. From there, we're going to have Rise Again. We also have Force Lightning, which I'm going to discard to reroll with Kylo Ren. Are you... So, notably, Sabine has right now 11... 11 health against my, so he has 8 health remaining on Sabine, and no weapons. It's his action still. The other thing to think about is that we have Force Lightning. Are we going to discard Force Lightning to reroll here? The other option with Force Lightning is to play Force Lightning down on Kylo Ren. This is sort of a bad lull. Obviously, I'm just stalling and filling dead air time. Another key thing is going to be, okay, so he just rolls Ezra. He's +2 and a blank. I think I have to doubt that +2. Because he can... The reason I have to doubt that +2... So the reason I had to doubt that +2 is that he would be able to roll Sabine for free, and he has a DL44 in his hand, and he could have DL44 in his hand, he could have both cards in his hand, he could have X8 Night Sniper. There's a couple cards he could just have that would make that card bad. And there was a 1 in 3 chance that that just became nothing. Could just become the +2 again. Could become blank. It could become a disrupt, which actually wouldn't be too bad. Okay, so he rolls he puts an infamous in play. Yeah, we're gonna roll Kylo, I think. Okay. Okay, so Vader does not have a lot of health. He only has 7 health. So this could easily kill Vader. +2, 3 for 1. A resource. So is he going to do the 3 disrupt for 1 resource? Truce. Let's get a resource. Ambush. Never tell me the odds. Oh, okay. So he is just going to go for the 8. Okay. So that was an interesting line. There was not much I could do there, though. I had the Sabine. So this is like pretty much over now. There's a couple things I can do actually here, though. So first off, he has 3 cards in his hand. So I'm going to be able to kill his Sabine. We're going to discard this card to reroll this die here. We're going to discard Force Lightning to reroll. That was cocked, and the rule is if any die is cocked ever, you have to reroll it. So I didn't see the truce line, so I thought he wouldn't have second truce. Trust my instincts. Draw a card. So then, I don't know how well this video is going to come out because of noise problems, but I can see him winning this game easily. Okay, we're going to play Holocron. So I didn't have I still have a good shot at winning this game, as long as I force him to do damage to me. Okay, he just replaces? Okay. So notably, he replaced his... Okay. Oh, dang. Is he actually just gonna... Do I die? 1, 2, 3, 3, 9, 10, 11? Yeah, I just died. Okay. So that just happened, and that's fine. Not much I could do there. I could have, like, rolled Vader out sooner and killed Sabine sooner. We're still gonna play on Moisture Farm though. I still think Moisture Farm is the correct battlefield to play on. He can use. I didn't think he had Novatel Yachts there. There's just nothing I can do in that situation, unfortunately. Novatel Yachts is definitely his best card in the matchup. Then I'm going to. So I'm gonna mulligan every card but Force Lightning here to see what I draw. Okay, so
not even the whole breath, like literally the left side.
alright, so starting out this game, I'm gonna doubt his opening rollout. That's stupid. So
Bitch. Spent $70 on like 3 days.
alright, so smuggling for DL44, smuggling for thermal detonator. Okay. That's an interesting problem. So thermal detonator is not actually a good matchup, I think. We're gonna play 4-speed on Kylo and see what he does. So there is an argument to be made that the longer okay. So this is actually an interesting play. So thermal detonator has the discard sides, which are powerful. Two range. So here I'm going to trust my instincts. And drop. So what is he playing? Second chance. Okay, so he's overriding the second chance. That's fine with me. So he has a resource side, a gun side. So he can claim, which would be a swing of 2. So I'm gonna do 4-speed special, resolve melee damage. take a resource. And if he claims, he loses a resource and a gun. If he doesn't claim, I claim. If he doesn't claim, I claim. So this is like the... This is my ultimatum to him. If he doesn't claim, I claim. And if he claims, I just let him. Okay. So here I think I should not enrage, I think. Okay. So I don't have any reason to enrage. So I just won't.
Yeah, we were talking about that.
So Kylo. So Kylo is probably going to win this tournament. Alright, so what I'm going to do here, so he has DL44 in his deck. So he can use Ezra's special, which is a fun card. We're going to roll out Kylo Ren. The reason I'm rolling out Kylo Ren is that if Kylo rolls special, which he didn't, I want Kylo's special to be used. I want to use Kylo's special right away. Basically, so Kylo's special gets much worse as turns go on, so I want to get Kylo's special out there as fast as possible. DL44. Okay. 4-speed. Because 4-speed doesn't do any damage. Resource 2 damage, 2 damage. We're gonna roll up Force Lightning. Alright. So I kind of want to just kill Sabine again. We've still got sort of a near monochromatic focus on Sabine here. Blank. We're gonna trust our instincts. Reroll just the Vader die that's showing discards the worst side on Vader's die. Blank, which is fine. I'm gonna draw a card. Boundless Ambition. So with Boundless Ambition, what we're going to have to do is we're going to be Boundless Ambitioning this game. This turn. So I need to prepare for this. There are 3 things to keep in mind during a Boundless Ambition turn. First, how much damage are you doing? Five, 6, 7. So Sabine is going to... Alright, so the way to play around running interference is to make sure you always have something to do. Because I don't have any reasons to play around running interference. So he does 7 damage. So he doesn't want me to resolve dice. It's fine. Plus premonitions. Mind Pro. So we'll just premonitions to the side here. What do I premonitions? Mind Probe or Force Lightning? I think Force Lightning is a pretty good card to premonitions for as well. The argument against Force Lightning is Force Lightning costs so many resources to. No. We're going to premonitions Mind Probe. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I'm gonna burst in down Sabine next turn as fast as I possibly can. That's not actually that interesting though. Is reroll 0. Okay. Here, I have to decide whether or not here I have to gain just think about this situation for a moment. This is going to be problematic for a couple of ways. Alright, so my goal here is going to be to... Alright. Okay, so he wants... Yeah, I could have waited. I got you baited. I should have waited. The Donald has. So. Okay. Alright, so Vader has 6 health. He's gonna have 7 health with this. You can do like a never tell me the odds play, which is running interference but not infamous. There's a strategy I have to fight that. Now, we can see here sort of the weakness of doubt in this doctrine times. Rise again. I might not be able to rise again, we'll see. Vader himself can probably rise again. So the amount of pressure I'm putting on Sabine is pretty incredible, honestly. This is going to be really hard for me to win if he rolls out. He's rolling out right away. If he does, I probably lose. But since he doesn't have Never Tell Me the Odds, it seems. Otherwise he would. So, here's the problem. He can make a yellow card head get ambush. Running interference to disrupt me. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll out Kylo Ren. This is the one with the most. This is the thing with the most ways for it to go wrong for my opponent. Because now he can't deal 44 me very easily. I didn't roll a special on either holocron. Okay. So he's going to roll Sabine. Interesting. So this is the only time ever where Kylo's special is going to be good. So we're going to roll 5. Which still is not quite enough to kill Vader. Vader will survive with 1 HP. Thank you, Plastoid Armor. So Plastoid Armor coming in clutch, as you can tell. This is sort of going to be tricky. I think the Palpatine build of this deck was better. Truce. Alright, so he never tells me the odds to kill. Yeah, so he can kill Anakin here. But he would have been able to kill Anakin pretty much no matter what. 6. Running interference. Alright. So what we're going to do is we're going to take cover. So here's an interesting question. So he played lap passings. Okay. Not the Shadow Tap Passings. Are you kidding me? 0. Oh, because he doesn't want to get. Alright, So we're going to have to take things into our own hands here. So I have to kill his. So like that's a play he can do. He's never told me that. So what I can do now is I'm going to be focusing all my efforts on making Kylo as beastly as possible here. So what happens here is actually kind of interesting. So what happened is that he had to never tell me Velas to kill my Vader. I've never seen this deck have so many resources before. It's quite incredible, really, that he could. So he disrupts me for 1. Fine. We're going to resolve specials. First special I'm going to resolve is. We're actually going to get Mind Breath. And we're just going to let it sit there, or we're going to roll it out. Roll it out to potentially do 1 damage. No, because we want to keep Rising in play. No, we're going to roll it out. And then we're going to resolve 1 to Sabine. And then we're going to resolve 1 to Sabine. And take another shield. You can claim the battlefield, or me claim to take the resource. Wait. I don't like Forster here. Don't like Holocron either. Forster, so there's not that many turns. No, I'm gonna want. You know what's in the bottom 2 cards of my deck? The second copy of. I think that was a mistake, actually. What I should have done there is just rolled Kylo and tried to Luxac Mind Probe. So I can see the problem with this deck. This deck's just kind of janky, honestly. I mean, Sabine Ezreal is the whole reason I'm playing Vader Kylo instead of playing the other deck I was going to play in this tournament, which was 4-wide. And I think 4-wide would have just been a better deck overall. Like, I really do not like Sabine Ezreal as a deck because it's so fragile, but I see his build is slightly less fragile with all the second chances he's trying to find. He has fake events. Force Andor upgrades. Right. Which smuggling, discarding, hold up roster, gains a resource. Rolls Ezra, running interference, roll Ezra, card. Okay. 2 resources on Ezra, but he has ambushed. So I can roll out Kylo. I don't have Force Throw in my hand, so Holocron is worthless. I'll Force Throw in my hand, so Holocron is worthless. Let's just discard to reroll 0. Discard to reroll 0. Let's roll out Help for Kylo Ren.
Oh, we need to get
This matchup fucking sucks. I've never seen a way I can win this scenario. Okay, so he's getting a single resource, so he just wants to pretend to threaten. That's fine. I'm actually going to use Kylo Special here. We'll see. There's like a hugely much more reasonable than normal. Oh, 0. Okay. Normally it's was a decent chance it wasn't a 0. It could have been a Never Tell Me the Odds, which is why I went for it. The whole reason I went for it was because it could have been a Never Tell Me the Odds. So, oh, is he just gonna reversal that? Oh, okay. Deal 44. That lets me remove my 4-speed die. Three disrupt for a resource, 2. And ambush action is what? Yeah, cards in deck is actually an interesting problem. Ambush action takes shields. So what's his ambush action? So my best line here is going to be to kill his Sabine twice. Okay, we're going to not pop. Like, not popping blocks is obviously hilarious. Oh my gosh, that's a Hearthstone term, if I've ever heard of it. Sorry, I always forget that Hearthstone leaks into everything of everyday life. Playing Hearthstone has made me good at other games like this. Okay, so here's an interesting question. There's no way I stop him from rolling Sabine another time. So, since there's no way I stop him from rolling Sabine another time, do I even bother? Let's pass. Rise again. Oh, hang on. Right. I'm an idiot. We missed one resource. I committed it off by one error. Okay, so now we're telling me the odds to lethal. Yeah. God damn it. I forgot. I lost one off by one error. So we lost 0-2 to Sabine Azra. It's fine. This deck was pretty interesting, I think. So I thought that I had good matchups against Sabine Azra, but turns out that I'm just like too slow, and that I can actually just get outgunned. It was an interesting match. The Rise Again Premonitions package just wasn't very good, and I've played a lot of games where the Rise Again Premonitions package was good. So I'm not totally sold on cutting it yet. There is some hope for it in the... So there is some hope for the Rise Again Premonitions package in Palpatine. I'm definitely going to try it in Palpatine, where the Rise Agains are already played, we already play Premonitions. I do like some aspects of this deck in this matchup. I just felt like I got varianced a little. So if we look at the matches, the problem with this deck overall is that you need two things to happen. I didn't draw Holocron in my second game. In my first game, I just blew it. Like, I threw that game. That was such a throw by me. I should have rolled better. I should have rolled out more. The one main issue I had in this matchup was Never Tell Me the Odds plays, which To be honest, I wasn't expecting how it. Didn't realize how good that card was. I could have disrupted his resources. I could have done so many things against that card, but it's hard to say. The problem is that Sabine Ezra was one of my top decks, and one of the reasons I played this deck was to fight Sabine Ezra. One thing I note is that he was able to play around Kylo Special very well. So Kylo Special generally sucks, but I find that it's sometimes really good in like early stages of turns, whereby they don't have all their 3 set up yet. You can sometimes get random kills with Kylo Special. Kylo can sometimes kill a character. Rise Again. There's some problems I had with Rise Again, like not working. I couldn't Rise Again very often. I don't know if it's... So this deck isn't necessarily optimized yet. I play 20 zeros and just a handful of cards. I'm not a big fan of Force Speed. One thing I note is that Force Speed is kind of iffy a lot of the time. I could play Sound the Alarm instead of Force Speed to sort of get more mitigation, because this deck wasn't claiming fast anyway. I did have a couple of turns where I claimed fast, but in reality, I was never outclaiming him. So, like, trying to roll focuses just doesn't help. Hunting for specials. You can outclaim some decks, but those decks are get you outclaim anyway. Force Speed won't help. Sound the Alarm seems better. One card that I also consider in this sort of deck is Curve Cards. I think this deck is very good, though. It's got a lot of potential. I just sad that I lost in round 1 of Swiss. Why did I have to bring such a weird brew? So in the Palpatine build, which I think is better, because it's more normal, it's just a normal Palpatine deck. You don't run into these sorts of issues. You just, like, Indomitable and Way to Victory. You have Indomitable and Endurance, you have actual Purpose of Rise Again, a lot of good things I can say about the Palpatine build. I can't really say about this build. We'll see. I'll try other builds later. I don't know if just getting Never Told Me the Odds just happened. Because, right, I died because I would get bursted. And I would get bursted from 10. Which, that's only a Sabine Ezra special. And other matches I played, that wouldn't happen. So, I thought it was odd, though. He was able to tank better than me. I threw the both games, right? Because I threw the game where I threw the game where I put my Sith Holocrons down and didn't hit my Sith Holocrons in time. And I threw the game, which let him, like, scavenge for second chance and claim the battlefield, which he should have only been able to do one or the other. I also threw the game where I rolled bad. Didn't roll out in time. So these games are kind of interesting. I'm surprised I threw so many games, honestly. I have to go do work now. Bye-bye.